Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So this time I want to use this awesome tray mold. It's a pomegranate mold from Craftsmen store. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And I want to pour something. And I've mixed here some glitter and I have here my resin. It's the honey resin from Artline. So I'm very curious if I can achieve a nice design in this awesome mold. So my gold mix, which are these golden metal sheets, which I made very small, I add into these peaks of the pomegranate, oh God, and also a little bit in the center. So this is what I'm doing. In total, I mixed 450 grams of resin for this pour. And my mold was not filled up to the top. I think, you need to have round about 500 grams, maybe a little bit more when you want to fill up your mold completely. So I mixed my resin with a little bit of this Phoenix. This is a writing ink from Octopus. And I thought I'd try this for my pour, and this will be outside. So I am pouring along the rim, as you can see. I mixed this Phoenix color transparent. I didn't mix it too opaque, so I can achieve some nice effects. And I thought the color is perfect for the pomegranate mold. So you see, I'm really taking my time and I'm just pouring along the edge. And here I was not quite sure if I should go where the peaks are just along the lines, so I just did it. But you can of course also stop at the peaks, but I did it that way. I'm very curious and excited about this mold and what design I can achieve. But as you can see, it's a big mold and it's perfect also to make a bowl, which I'm intending to do. So then I have my next color, and I have here the Interference Champagne from Art, and I'm pouring along my reddish color, the Phoenix color. Actually, when you write with this Phoenix color from Octopus, you have a little bit of a copper sheen to your red. And I was curious if I can achieve this with my pour, if there's also a little bit of a color change. So I was quite curious, and sometimes I like to use different products in my resin to see if this is working as well. So now, as I said, I'm pouring my Interference Champagne. Just also quite thin, even though the resin is already moving and the rim looks rather thick, but I tried my best not to pour it too thick. So, and now I'm pouring my clear resin into the mold, and the way I'm pouring here, it's very similar to the web effect. Just make sure I'm pushing out my colors towards the edges. And I'm using all the clear resin which I have still in my jar. So making sure that I use all the resin. And I'm also scraping a little bit my cup, not too much. And then I can use my little torch, but also I'm spreading a little bit my center. You see it, so it's not like a big blob. And I'm hoping that, the leaves will make a nice design. What I forgot to mention, I also added a few golden glass stones into my golden leaf, so that there are also some stones. And as you see, I'm spreading a little bit the center, so it's not such a big blob. Yeah, it always takes a while till you are happy with what you are doing. But it's so much fun, and I just enjoy, creating. And you see it. I'm always taking my time. I'm never rushing too much. So I guess soon I will be very happy with what I'm doing. And then I can take my white. For the white, I'm using the pigment drops from Art. I mixed it rather opaque. I had round about 40 grams of resin in each cup. I didn't mention it for my colors, and also 40 grams here for my white. And for the 40 grams of white, I added 7 drops of the pigment drops. So my white is rather opaque. And you see, I'm just pouring on top of my colored resin. And then I'm doing a next line. And then you will see that I'm continuing with my spiral till I'm at the center. So it's practically like the 3D bloom, but I want the resin just to work, just to make some nice patterns. And before you ask me, some people are always asking, do you let your resin sit? For this technique, I didn't let my resin sit. I mixed my resin. It was a rather warm day when I poured this, and I mixed my colors, and then I started pouring. So I would suggest the Artline Honey has a working time from around about 1 hour. And yeah, I thought it's perfect for what I want to do. So this is now a little bit like the web effect, but also not, because I just want my resin to move and to catch each row of my white, if you know what I mean. So I really just let it work, and hopefully the center will close and I will have some nice effects. So I'm very curious about it. And yeah, fingers crossed, like I just showed. I also use a little bit of my leftover resin just to pour along the edges, because then I can use all the resin which I have still got. So there's still my interfering champagne. I also pour the spiral till I'm in the center, and then I will also use my Phoenix color. And now it's quite interesting with me using more white. I have such a bright pink tone. I didn't expect it, but on the other hand, for the pomegranate design, it's a perfect color. And I'm so surprised that the color is so bright. When you use it really as a writing ink, which I do because I need to write some invitation cards, it's not as bright. And now with resin, it's such a bright color. I was really surprised. But anyway, now you have the time lapse and you can see the resin moving, and it's very interesting to see also that the red is really pulling on top. And I'm very curious about the end result. Very, very curious. So this is the next day, and my resin, it's still a little bit bendy, but it's okay because I want to make this bowl, as I said. So just let's have a look how it's looking on the other side. I really hope that the resin made some beautiful effects. And you see, I'm very careful getting this design out of this mold. It goes quite easily. And just look at this. This is really a burst of the white. And here's the mold again. And you can really see what nice effects. I have my pinkish rim. It's more pink than I expected, like I said, because normally the Phoenix color is more reddish, but this is really pink. But it's very beautiful, and I like the center. I like the center very much, and it's like a flower explosion. It's very, very beautiful how the resin was moving here. I really like it, and there's so much 3D effect. And I think it matches very well this mold. Really like it. So, and then I had some struggles, like I always do when I put my resin piece into a bowl. You see it. Yeah, now you can laugh with me a little bit and enjoy till I have my my bowl or my resin piece in the bowl. So it sometimes takes a bit, but at the end I was the winner. But I guess a lot of people of you, or a lot of you know the troubles you can have. And yeah, but isn't this piece gorgeous? I really like it. Even though they are not really my colors, that's not a little bit out of my box, out of my comfort zone using these colors. I mean, this pinkish, but I really love this. I love this with this design. And yeah, now I can let my piece cure finally till it's completely hardened, and then I can show you the final result. So this is now the final result, and look at all the effects, all the layers. I'm so happy about it, and I hope you like this video too. I hope I could inspire you a little bit, and hopefully we see each other for my next video. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.